Welcome to Fisherman's Headquarters, just up the road from beautiful Kentucky Lake, the mecca of summertime ledge fishing. I'm Kurt Niedermeyer with FLW, and if you like to ledge fish, I've got a sweet new bait that you need to check out. It's the new Nichols MBP Swimbait. MBP stands for Magnum Ben Parker. Now if you're a ledge fisherman, you know Ben Parker because he designed this bad boy, the Magnum Spoon, also from Nichols. The Swimbait, kind of like the spoon, is aimed at catching fish feeding on big gizzard shad and big threadfin shad. So as you can see, size is important with this bait. The MBP Swimbait measures about 6 1/4 inches. In profile, from belly to back, it's about 1.5 inches tall. It's a big profile bait. It's a very solid chunk of soft plastic. Now what Ben went for with this swimbait was he wanted the profile of a big swimbait, like a line through style of a swimbait, but that he could rig with a big open jig head instead of a treble hook on the belly. Now guys are rigging this swimbait with massive jig heads. This one here is from Big Hammer. This is an 8/0 hook with a 1 ounce head. Fishing them on even heavier heads than that, up to 1.5 ounces to get the bait down deep and keep it down there. Has a big fan-shaped tail that causes a lot of lift while it's being retrieved, and that lift will bring the bait up off the bottom. So you need a heavy jig head to get it down there, and you want to use kind of a start and stop or pause retrieve, if you will, to keep it down in the strike zone. So to compare sizes of some other popular swim baits, this is the 6.5 inch Big Hammer swim bait. We've got the 6.5 inch Strike King Shadowlicious swim bait. And then we've got the Osprey Tournament Talon, which is a little bit different style. It's a pre-rigged bait. Now, as you can tell, the thickness of the body is what's important about this swim bait, to mimic those big gizzard shad. And it's something you just don't see in a lot of other swim baits. Also, it's designed to catch a lot of fish. It's designed to hold up to the abuse of a lot of fish catchers, which when you're on a hot ledge on a school, on Kentucky Lake, or anywhere like that, you know you're going to go through a lot of fish sometimes to get to the big ones. So this swim bait's still kind of in production. Right now, Ben's still pouring them in his garage, but Nichols is working on a production run of bait, so they'll be available soon. Right now, if you Google the MBP swim bait from Nichols, you can find it available from a few shops online. But a couple other key things that they're working on, you know, it's got a flat nose to it to mount perfectly to a jig head that Nichols is still working on. And the jig head has their toothpick head design, where essentially within the bait keeper on the jig head, there's a couple of holes. You can slide a toothpick through the bait, through the hole in the jig head and out the other side, and it'll hold tight without having to use super glue. So that's just another cool feature of the bait. So in addition to finding the right jig head with a big hook, you want to really upgrade your tackle. You want to use a traditional swim bait rod. It's a little bigger than what you would be able to throw on, say, a heavy jig rod. Parker recommends 7.5 feet to 7 feet 11 inches with an extra heavy swim bait rod. You need something you can really launch it out there with and set the hook and pick up a lot of line in deep water. If you want to see the new Nichols MBP swim bait in action, tune in to FLWfishing.com here in a few weeks when the Walmart FLW tour goes to Lake Chickamauga. We know it's going to be in play there on the ledges where some giant fish live. If you want to learn more about it, read the story here at FLWfishing.com and check out FLW Bass Fishing Magazine next summer. We have a full feature coming your way all about how to fish and rig big swim baits for summertime ledges.